Hello everyone, Burb here. Today I'd like to talk about a topic that I've been testing with my Aquarius Cup Umas, just the initial ones I'm trying to build, and I've been actually having some pretty good success with, and it's a little bit counterintuitive. This topic is utilizing your Uma's stat bonuses. So for example, Ogiri Cap has 20% speed and 10% power, and traditional knowledge says that, hey, if your Uma has speed bonus, you can run less speed cards. You can drop a speed card and add a wit card because you're going to get to 1200 speed pretty easily with 2 speed cards. In my video, A Way to In-Depth Guide to Every Uma Musume, which was talking about the All Uma banner, where I went over John Uma Musume, I did say something that I thought would be a little bit more controversial than it was, and that was use cards matching your stat bonuses and use sparks away from your stat bonuses. I think this is different than the traditional knowledge because right now it seems like we're just sort of running power sparks and stamina sparks to attempt to run a speed wit deck like 90% of the time. And I understand that. That's very good because we only have really good speed and wit cards right now. Like 90% of accounts just have good speed and wit cards. And that is what I'm going to be doing today is a speed wit deck. But I'm going to be doing it in a way that sort of leans in to the Umas to the point where we're able to satisfy a different deficiency that these Umas have. Just to note, this is just one way to play. You can run traditional build, you can do some wacky stuff in this game, and the whole point of this is showing that as your account grows and you get more support cards, you're going to be able to change your playstyle through the use of sparks and through the use of the different cards that you have. When is this strategy useful? When you have a specific good card that is a specific type. So let's say if you have Super Creek, right, and you're running a shorter CM, you may find a way to incorporate it even though it's not necessary. You can use sparks to supplement your speed and wit, for example. If you have a bunch of very good speed cards, let's say you have like 3 or 4 good SR speed cards, but you can't use them all because, it's not good to run that many. You need the wit cards. What do? You have to sacrifice them for some subpar wit cards because you haven't pulled on a wit banner. And then the third thing is the one I'm going to discuss this time, which is your Uma has so many good built-in skills that you need to pick as many of those up as possible. So, who are these ones in this CM? This Aquarius CM, I think, has 2 major Umas that have just a ton of skills, 2 mini skills almost, to really pick up, and that's Elcondra Pasa Fantasy and Agnes Digital. Agnes Digital has more skills, but I'm going to be talking about Elcondra Pasa Fantasy because of the stronger speed stat bonus. I think demonstrates it a little better. But essentially, the problem with these characters are, it's kind of a stay too juicy situation, but Elcondra Pasa Fantasy has 2 really good late surger gold skills, or mile and late surger gold skills, and a couple whites that are decent. And she has a speed bonus with no power bonus. So it's kind of difficult to get your stats and just casually spend 900 skill points right here. It's 360, 360, and 150. Just going to grab some water. And so I started just tinkering with stuff because the natural response is, hey, just race more. But when you race more, you just don't get your stats. Like all of a sudden you're starting to struggle with your very thin margin speed cards because you're running usually a 2 speed, 2 wit, and like a Rico and a power or something, right? Or 2 speed, 3 wits, something like that. So instead, I decided, let's just create a separate strategy, all right? Let's use cards that use the speed training because Elcondra Pasa speed has 15% speed bonus. So when we tap the speed button, it's going to be more effective than we think because we have a bonus 15%, right? We're then going to take the weakness of running speed cards, which is, hey, we are going to need some power sparks because we're not running a power card. We're going to need some stamina spark because it's mile and we're not running a stamina card. And we're going to need some wit sparks, which I know is unusual, but wit sparks are super powerful because we're actually going to be running solo wit. And if possible, we're not going to run any speed sparks because we're going to be trying to run speed cards. In the gameplay, what this is going to cause is we're going to have very high This is going to be a high roll strategy, first of all. There's a lot of variance on this. But we're going to prioritize our wit card, friendship, and trainings because when it goes wit, we have to use the wit that it gives us. There's a lot of high variance because it's a single card. It could just decide to abandon us all run. Again, the second thing is that we can be very picky with speed because we are going to be running some speed cards. And the third thing is when we have a bad tap, we don't accept bad taps. We stop accepting mediocre taps and we instead race. Let's look at the deck. This looks really weird, right? I'm running 4 speed cards on a 15% speed character. This seems insane. We're going to overcap so incredibly badly, and we may, and that is maybe okay. Maybe we just use it for power sparks. But the thing is we're going to be super picky with our speed sparks so that we try not to overcap at least. And so some math to go behind it. I'm like 90% sure of this math. It's very late. I apologize, but specialty priority on your screen, you add to the numerator and the denominator. Kittis in black, 30% chance on to speed, Shinko 23, sweep, Tosho 25, Fuku 18.2. The chance that nobody goes on speed is a 28.5% chance, which means that we should at least have one every 71% chance. So we're most likely going to have solo speed taps. So solo speed taps, will we take them? We will, but we will be very picky about them. We will not be taking them if they don't really extend our game plan. Whether they don't get friendships or they're like less than 25, less than 30, right? We can be super picky. The odds of them being a P1, so if only one of them's on it, is 38%, right? And the surprising thing about running 4 speed cards is that the odds of having 2 or more is like a 1 in 3 to a 1 in 4. Now, realistically, this is a little bit lower because slots can get filled up and Rico does affect all this stuff, right? So there could be just not enough, you can't get all 4 on the same one possibly because it could be completely filled up, stuff like that. We can't really model that pretty quickly, but hypothetically, at least a 1 in 4 seems pretty reasonable for a double or more, which should be like a 40 tap. So we can be super, super picky about our speed taps, and we're not going to take mediocre taps, like I said. We're again going to use a milestone system, I like to call it, in that our speed, based on where we are in the career, we can determine whether we're ahead or behind. So let's say I have like 500 speed by the end of year 1, we're ahead in speed, so we can start looking at speed as a luxury stat and say, hey, if that's like a 19, we're not going to take speed, we're going to race instead, or we're going to take another tap instead, right? So we're going to use this system. I just kind of put these out here at like 200, 400, 600, 900, 1100. And we're going to go from there. So our goal, this one, I'm kind of taking this to the extreme. I'm running 4 speed cards. Realistically, you can attribute this to perhaps running a 3-speed 2-wit deck instead of a 2-speed 3-wit deck on a 20% speed character, stuff like that. This is really just to demonstrate the point of, hey, we're going to take this to the limit. We're going to run 4 speed cards on our 15% to show that it's still possible to get there. We're going for 800 power and 600 wit, many skills, and 1150 plus speed. This is essentially what I suggested in the late surgery guide. So let's begin the demonstration. So I have the client here. We are using 42 stamina sparks, 42 power sparks, and 33 wit sparks. I believe we have a couple of decent skills, some dirt, lead surge, and mediums. I'll talk about why I'm running this thing here later in a different video. But it has forward march and it has dirt. And then I believe this side is just a standard 8 mile. It looks like mile dirt. Okay. So we just have 42, 42, 33 with some decent affinity. It's not great, but let's just begin the video. This is not normally my style of video because I find it difficult to fill the time as we're doing it here, but I will try to commentate this run as best as possible. And again, this is essentially all in one take, so this could go horribly wrong and I'm probably still going to post it. So first part of the year, we are still doing the standard thing we're doing. Normal, we're just getting friendships. We're going to just use the wit because wit, like I said, we're prioritizing wit because we only have one wit card, but also because it doesn't take energy there. Speed, game is playing itself. So friendships good on everybody. We are prioritizing nice nature wits friendship if we are able to. Uppies are also useful. It's a 2, but it's a 2 there. It's hard, but I'm going to grab the wit tap here. Again, nice nature's friendship bar is super important. That's a wit here. I almost want to take the speed, but we need some ups. We've been delaying ups. Go for the mood up if we can. Come on. Great speed tap, 4+1. We're not too worried about our stat output. As per usual, in Alharu's scenario, the real thing that matters are your uppies so that you get your trainings up. We cannot take a mood down right now, unfortunately. Another 3-speed, which is nice. Like I said, these early 3-speed taps plus a nice nature wit. We're not too concerned about friendship trainings just yet because we are trying to do it. We might even have to recreation because it seems like we are sort of getting... Rico is dodging us. It'd be really nice to have something. Miracle Escape will give us some energy at least. We do not really care about speed in events. Is Rico anywhere? I'm just going to recreation. I know it's probably not the best thing, but we've been really dodging everything. Well, immediately when you recreation, you get a mood up. So unfortunate. We're going to eat vegetables. And this is an haste run. Like, I'm going to, if this hits, like dirt or medium, or dirt or mile, then it's going to be good. Again, this is nice nature friendship bar. It's a quad. And you're going to find a lot of these quads are a lot more often on these speed ones because it's, you know, there's 4 cards going to speed. So, yep, 3 on speed. Granted, only one of them on speed and 3 ups. Very good tap. There's an argument for going Lone Wolf here. We don't really need the speed. I'm going to try it. Again, you can criticize this run a lot because 1, it's late, and 2, I'm sort of trying to demonstrate the concept more than the micro decisions here. So I'm not necessarily trying to pay attention. I'm trying to do my best here, but I'm probably making a few mistakes. That recreation was definitely a mistake, but I couldn't have known that I got 2 mood ups in a row. But I mean, Rika was dodging us ridiculously, and she still hasn't even been trained on yet. Am I running vodka? I'm not even running vodka. Generally, this bottom one is determined by your speed stat, as I'm sort of finding, so I'm just going to grab the top one. Great. Wet tap, 3 ups. Love to see it. Grabbing water while I'm doing these taps. It's the rare double water break, but my mouth is very dry today, you know. 13% fail. We don't need to risk it. Let's just rest. We took the max energy. It's going to be really nice. I would say that the nice nature wit thing, we're setting up a bubble, and her friendship's maxed in when it's really important. Stamina. We do need to still get stamina. Our first explosion, we tap the first explosion. It's also Rico's first tap, funnily enough. We're probably not getting the 18 bonus from Rico. But hey, we were trying to get the mood up off a Lone Wolf, but just Rico's been absolutely dodging us. That stuff happens. And 19 wit is good, and there's not a better tap, and it's wit. It also increases nice natures even further, which means she's pretty much done. I don't mind the stamina tap, but that's too juicy of a speed tap. Kittison's done. And we're still going for ups and for friendships mainly. The stats will come. I almost like the stamina tap better because we know we're going to get speed. Yeah. So this is an example. I'm going to grab the stamina tap here because it sets up a bubble. The speed tap, 25 is a great speed tap. But the thing is that we know we're going to get speed with 4 speed cards. Like there's 23 right there. We could also get second explosion, but the second explosion is going to be there. I'm going to grab wit here. Wit is more important. 2 friendship bubbles, increasing more. Again, we are unconcerned about speed at the moment because, yep, there's a 40 tap with an explosion right there. Why not? I know this looks really weird. We are in early November. We do want to race a little bit. Mummy Hunt's great because I think we get some energy here. Yep. Definitely energy. It's a great invade. 20 speed is good, but do we have better options? No, not really. So let's just do a race. And this is where the advantage is that, hey, 20 speed is good. It may have been worth it to take. But instead, I'm going to grab some of this. And the thing is with this strategy is that when you do the race, you have a bunch of other stats besides speed that you're getting. So your other stats are being supplemented by the fact you're about to race a lot more. That was not meant to be a gut tap. Unfortunate, but we set up a bubble at least. Sometimes you misclick, right? That was probably a race turn. $19's not good enough. So we take a race. Hopeful stakes. I don't like running late surges if I can't help it. We're at 200 stamina. We do have to watch our stamina with this build. So we won hopeful stakes. We've already done 2 optional races. We have 2 explosions. So as long as we don't get Oguri Cap in this one, I think we're safe in the Unity Cup because we have 2 blue explosions. And Fuku, of course. Fuku gives you initial stats. And we got Oguri Cap. How's it looking? We have 4 circles. Come on, game. The funnest part about Unity Cup is that, hey, everything is random, right? 1 win. Come on. 2 wins and 3 wins. Nice. 4 wins and a draw. Fuku plus 2 explosions is plenty 9 times out of 10. But again, the problem is 9 times out of 10, 1 out of 10 times, you're going to fail your Unity for just Oguri being in the game. Course grab some energy. Again, apologies. I'm just trying to fill up some space. Here we go. Here's what I mean. Double right there, 51. Amazing, right? Like, this is what we're looking for. We're going to get these doubles because we have so many cards. We only have 2 of our cards ready, and Rico's kind of dodging us. So it's a little bit of adversity we have to get through. Our stamina is a lot lower than I like it as well. I would prefer almost 300 by now. Usually the first year is where you get most of your stamina, from what I've seen. Generally, we are going for speed and wit taps. I mean, at this point, honestly, I just like having extra max energy, right? So why not? Ramp up was probably better. Wit is a premium tap, so we take premium taps. It is the only exception to what we are doing. 25 with 2 ups and a hint. Is that good enough? I think at 427, we can consider racing. We can consider doing Rico. We can consider just doing the wit tap for ups. I think the speed tap is off the table. Let's try racing this one. The more races we do now, the less races we have to do later. Nice, some stamina. The wit tap's at a premium. We grab the wit. And we have our first inspiration. This is what's really going to... Fast learner? Nope. Okay. This is what's going to basically supplement our non-speeds. Because we do have... Unfortunately, it's a white because we have low affinity. Let's see. Ramp up. Stamina. Ure finale. Yeah, look at this. 70 stamina. Alright, I think we're good on stamina. 70 stamina. 40 power wit. I was not expecting the double... the double Ure finale. It is a 25 wit, and I said wit was pretty premium. It is, and it does help our... We still have 2 speed cards that need friendship before summer. We would like to have those up. I like bottom option on this. I just think the skill points are good. It's kind of what we're trying, right? And a 30 taps right on the edge. Only reason why I'm tapping is just to get Fuku's friendship up. So 30 is like right on the edge of where I would normally take. And that's, hey, it has a little bit of a bonus, right? We are ranked C, so I'm not worried about the next Unity Cup. NHK Mile Cup, I'm going to move to Pace Chaser. There we are. And we got first place. To note, NHK Mile Cup, Mile CH, and Yasuda Keenan Year 3. Those are the secret event for El Condor Pasa. I did not mention that in the late surgery guide because I forgot. All right, here we go. Is Fuku going to help us? This is the funnest part about this game. 50-50. Nice. We won the 50-50. And look, we have 500 speed before summer. Like, this is where you were in like a normal run, like 500, 400, 400. But the thing is we've run like 5 races. We have 100,000 fans right now. That's what the essence of the power of this style of play is hey, we're sacrificing maybe a little bit of stats and maybe a little bit of uncertainty with our speed taps because we're going for, you know, doubles and nice singles, right? But, you know, we're getting there. As long as you have a strong solo wit card. So if you have to borrow like a fine motion for this, this would be the time to do it. I don't like any of these taps. I'm going to race. And we're doing this all, by the way, without Rico. Like, this is insane how much Rico has dodged us. So there is a problem with this, and we're most likely not going to finish Rico's events. But, you know, there's always something that goes wrong in these runs. So if we run out of stamina, it's mostly just because of that. But 2 double circles, B&W. B&W should not be a problem. As much as I like winning ticket, they put her in medium. So doesn't really have a chance in medium because all of her skills are longs for that. You know, late surge on medium without a corner is ridiculous, right? All right. So summer is a little interesting where we're at with Rico. 28's 14's good. I just kind of want Shinko Wendy's stuff up. Some people, again, may say that's wrong, but it is at a premium because we get taps like this. Like, we just get 60 taps with this build. So we are at 600. We are at the threshold right now. We got free updrafters, which really helps because that just gave us 35 skill points right there. We just got 57, so it's another 60. I'm really glad that this game was actually working with me with everything except Rico. So as long as we get our stamina up, we are perfectly fine. We are most likely going to have to rest this last one, but hey, we just got 100 freaking speed in 2 taps. So, yeah, pretty good, I'd say, right? Running away Mambo. Can we please have Rico? No. Understood. 33 is good. It is a double. And so, yeah. I guess my math was right and I was just unlucky in the tester run. 10%, we actually don't need to do it. Sleep deprived. Again, we're getting reco'd right now. It is G1 season, so I would like to do at least 2 runs in the G1 season. One of them is going to be the Mile CH for the secret event. So maybe we get a mood up from Etsuko, because Etsuko's our friend when Rico's not. 33 is very good. 33 is above the line. We are very far ahead in speed, but again, we take the good quality taps. And that's an Etsuko, so it's really a 36. Wow, 2 mood downs, man. This is kind of insane. So let's start racing. Hopefully get a mood up. Let's go. Nope. We can start gambling races too. What is even Rico at? Is Rico not max or something? She's just not training. So we have to do the Mile CH for the training event. Hopefully we win. Yep. So now we need Yasuda Keenan. Thank you, let's go. You saved the run. Okay, we can't really do Champions Cup because of we can't afford a mood down without Rico. There it is. All right. The thing is, we don't necessarily want to get baited by doing bad Rico taps either, because we'd like to race more too. We're gonna do are we gonna do Riemann Keenan? 328 means 728, 728, 748. Yes, that should be enough. We have 1,050 combined. We have 1,300 combined guts. Should be fine. Yep. Riemann Keenan needs about 1,100 from what I think, and you get 800 bonus, so you just need like 300 stamina. So now let's take stock. We're at classic year. We've done a metric ton of races. We should be able to get this because we've also been doing a bunch of blue explosions. Yep. So we are super far ahead of Unity Cup. Our speed's already at A because we have so many speed taps we're doing. Our shrine visit, we're going to do energy because we're most likely to get a speed tap. 43, there it is. And we're going to be super picky because we're already at 800, which is what my threshold is at the start of summer. Raffle time, carrot is fine. I will say my stamina is lower than I would like it to be. So we might be doing some stamina taps, but I'm not taking bad taps. I am doing races. So we are running a semi-high race bonus strat, so it's like, I think, 45%, so it's above normal to facilitate this. I love this build, man. This build's so fun. We're definitely taking power. Alright, we're at 870. We could take the 21 tap because our stamina's that badly, but let's start burning through Ricos. We could have also done the February stakes. Does she go all the way? Oh, we'll see. Another +7 all helps. 47's good. Wit is a premium, and we are low on wit. I think this is a wit tap. I know I'm declaring a 47, but hey, you take wit when you can get it with these builds. Yep, our stamina is troublesome. This is a G1 race. We hope we just roll stamina. We have to get to 515 stamina, basically, and we're at 366. So it may be a summer tap or two, which is a little inefficient, but, you know, we've been racing a lot, right? So, you know, maybe it rolls stamina. Yes, that's 14 stamina. That helps. All right, inspiration. If we get lucky on here, we should have enough stamina to get through the rest of the run. Come on. It is a S run, so this could be an ace. We did get 32 stamina. I would like a little more than that, though. So hopefully we get a decent just stamina taps. 412, we need 100. I will take the 50. Again, we're taking the highest quality taps possible. 944 means we're almost done PCS. Do not need extra training on this, even with Etsuko. It's speed. We're going to get speed. Power is fine. $43 tap. I like 43 taps. Are we at the point where we are waiting on that? It is late April. Do we have Tenno Show long? I like the Tenno Show. It is heavy. I did not take that. So let's swap that over to late. But 412, we should have a chance. Nope. Damn. That's a mistake by me. I did not notice it was soft here. So luckily, Etsuko again saves the run. Early May. We take wet when we can take wet. Never seen this event ever. Huh, you can get final push from it. Nice. So, notably, even though this is a 45, which I know is a really good speed tap again, the next one is going to be Yasuda Keenan. All right, so I'm going to burn through another one of our Ricos just to get high energy. And then we're going to run the, assuming at 25 wit, we actually get 30 wit from this if we win this. Yasuda Keen's a mile race, so I'm going to swap back over to Pace Chaser. And we lost, man. Oh, nothing ever goes smoothly. If we would have won that, we would have gotten 30 speed, 30 wit. Instead, we just kind of get killed, but we get 11 wit. Man, that's real tough. Also, nature's kind of dodging us. So, you know, nothing always goes according to plan, but this is not stuff you can control. The stuff you can control is your deck and how you play the game, right? So summer, we're getting to the point where we can sort of clearly see the end of the run. We're at 949. We need to get to 1120. So we're about 50 ahead in speed. We've been doing a bunch of races and a bunch of wit taps to essentially, can we actually do Apex? Apex is, I'm going to try it for the run. Apex is the weakest of the 5. And we've been running a lot of speed, so we have a good chance. Nope, I was wrong. All right, well, I threw the run, right? Yep, sometimes I make mistakes. Definitely should have gone middle, but I'm testing stuff as I do this. The purpose of this is really to show the deck itself, so take the rest of it with a grain of salt. Plus, you could very well just say I'm using worse cards, right? Take the whip. It's still a 10 speed tap. Yep, and we're going to take the whip. Do still need stamina, unfortunately. We got a little unlucky. That's fine. Unfortunately, wit is still a luxury stat, so need stamina. We have to complete the run. Again, I'm making mistakes here. I won't worry about it too much. Thinking about the macro over the micro, and it's kind of making things difficult. It's a bad taps. There's an argument for going Rico again, because we do have to use 2 Ricos at all. Instead, I'm racing more, because I'm trying to high roll. We did get speed. All right, this will be the last speed tap. It's above the threshold of 30, so we're just now, because we've raced so much, we don't really need to race these races. We're trying to, all right, fine. Speed is 100% done. I was not going to do that, but now we have grossly overcapped, so we just wasted a thing, but whatever. Many mistakes this run that were very, very avoidable. So it's not my greatest work. I apologize. There's a couple more things I could have definitely done to make sure I hit the 600. Hey, nice. We just get, maybe Fuku saves us another 7. Yep, nice. Mostly it's just I'm kind of frustrated at this the stamina number. I could have definitely taken a power tap or 2. Darn. Always strive for perfection, but man, when that helps a lot actually. I just feel like I let you all down here a little bit because I overcapped on speed, right? And that early December I could race if I really want to. If I think I'm going to win Unity Final, what I need is I need to be at 518, and this would be so we could Rico. When we Rico, there's a chance at 6. And we have 2 taps after this we could do. Are we going to get better than a 20 is the question with 2 setups. What are the other options? The other options are we race for some more skill points with an RNG roll. It's a hard decision because this gets us to 500, which means we have 1 tap on stamina left. I've made too many mistakes and risks so far. I'm just going to take the guaranteed. And if we lose the Unity Cup, it is because of my mistake of trying to test Apex on 7 explosions. That has worked like every time I've done it. But that's the process, right? Yeah, we don't have near enough stats this time. So, probably not getting its on. Yep. Darn. Well, I wish I had a better demonstration because I just kind of flubbed the end of the run there. It happens. Completely avoidable. But hey, the stats are there. Like, the stats are kind of what I was hoping for. This would be 519 normally because we would get the plus 10 all. We're also going to lose about 100 skill points. I could re-record this, but I think this still demonstrates it. I apologize for the mistakes, but you know, what can you do, right? I did say I needed a... If I'm doing this, then I am Ricoing later. Am I going to get better than 25? Yeah, we'll see. I may need the stamina tap if this doesn't proc 6/6. It does not, so I may need the stamina tap. Because we're going to be... we're not going to be S rank. So it ends with the 77. So I definitely even tapped speed too much there. So yeah, could definitely do the 40. So we're at 37. Like, we could just do the math here real quick. So I'm at 37. Just gonna pull out a calculator. So we're at 537. This is what I generally do in my head a lot of times when I'm ending it. So what do we have if we win this? We have 14 from the URA. We have 8 now, plus 5 from the N. Our Etsuko is max, so we have plus 5. And then we have plus 25 from Rico. We are at 594, which means we can do a power tap. That should be enough. Man, this entire thing's going to be tough because It's On was kind of the, you know, it's an additional gold skill, but we'll still have plenty of skills. And hey, it's one of my aces that got ruined, so it's not your guys' aces. We got A, so we never got S, or the plus 5. And let's see if my final math is done again. It's like 1 in the morning, so give me a break. Yep, 6:01. Pretty good at this, right? Just but hey, we had 4 speed cards. We had a solo wit card, and we got 772 wit. That's just the power of sparks. 941 power is plenty. And then look at this. We had 2225 skill points, and we didn't even like win the Unity Cup, which would have been another 100. So if I was building an ace, which I'll just build it, less pumps and mires required here, basically. And then we grab all of our excels. So on your left, Furious Feet. Those are built in. And then Lone Wolf, we didn't get any secondaries, unfortunately. This is a really bad run to demonstrate this on because we really don't have many skills. So we take Rising Dragons, the best speed skill in the game. For late surgers, we would take Ramp Up and It's On if we needed it. And then we are just out of skill points, but this doesn't happen. Like, you would have other skills to grab. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of stuff. Man, this is... whatever. Shifting gears doesn't work. Unyielding Spirit doesn't really work, but it can be apparent. Most likely I would probably take OMG at this point before, and then I'd just start taking stuff like TIS, Nakayamas, whatever. Straight Excel. There's literally nothing. That's crazy. We've gotten nothing useful. This has not happened to me just yet. So yeah, I guess instead of shifting because it doesn't work, we just grab Ig Speed and we call this a day. This is a garbage ace. So the moral of the story is just hit on your blue sparks and hit on its on, because I guess even with 900 stuff you need, you can. I mean, this is just bad. I mean, it's a W parent. It's a 2-star wit, right, with Slick Surge Outer Swell. So, whatever. I don't know, man. Well, I tried to tried to give good demonstration. It was mediocre, but moral of the story is you can hit your stats as long as your sparks are aligned. Really, all you need is you just like I said, here's a strategy. You really need a good wit card. So you need a nice nature wit or a fine motion wit of some kind to really run this strategy. Or if you have a 20% win bonus character, you did the same thing with like your Kittison Black on speed, basically, right? You'd use a bunch of wit cards with a speed card. I think that was common in the Sprint CM. And hey, that's anyone can build sparks. So if you have the solo good card, if you have good sparks and you take the time to build good parents, these are the types of builds you can start experimenting with. That's kind of the whole point of this video. I understand that this demonstration was really bad. Let's be honest. I hope the gist of it went through. This game is very flexible. Just try things. Like this whole game is just tinkering. Hopefully I'll have a better demonstration later. Apologize that one didn't really work well. This video kind of went a little long, so understand if you didn't make it all the way through. Hey, things happen. Burbs out.